the game. I don't want to see any excuses. Same thing. Don't want to hear any excuses. We got schooled today, man. We got schooled. It's as simple as that. That's kind of all I've got to say about it. It's just embarrassing.
Yes, people, welcome back to Weird and Wonderful. Sorry if we sound a little bit less enthusiastic. There's a couple reasons why that might have happened. One of them I can imagine you've already sort of worked out. My team, United, dropped points to Everton in the last minute of the game. Dominic Calvert-Lewin sneaking a late equaliser in, and of course, I'm sure you've all seen today the absolute drubbing Liverpool were dealt with. A really bad performance from Liverpool today, 4-1 loss if you missed it. But there's another reason as well. Me and Ishmael have just gone through this, and we've really hashed this out.
I swear to God, you did it on purpose, man. I swear down.
Yeah, I wanted you to go through this twice.
Listen, the people.
It was tough to do the first time. It's going to be even harder to do it this time. So I hope you appreciate.
Let me just give some insight, because this is you just done what 20-25 minutes. I'm about to shut my laptop. Moses goes, yeah, bro. I haven't been recording, so yeah, we're doing this again for the second time. I've got to relive the trauma. First of all, from that shocking defeat, and then I've got to fucking talk about it all over again. But yeah, bro, I'll let you start. This is I don't even know what to say.
I had a lot of things planned for this episode of for the Fancam. Got this hat to sort of celebrate Scotty Too Hotty. For those that have seen the previous episode, it's my new nickname for Scott. It's not a new nickname, but a new nickname that you guys are aware of. Which he looked to be sending us on our way to a 3-2 victory. Won the first half 2-0. Which is actually my prediction, and Ishmael actually.
I said won the first half. You're shameless, dog.
No.
Stop that, man.
The reason
Stop
why
that.
I said it,
Stop
but
that.
it was the first half. I got that prediction right, didn't I? I said I thought the game would finish 2-0, and then you said it was going to be a draw. So it feels like we both got that one right, but both got him wrong at the same time.
Listen, I won nothing this weekend, man. I didn't win anything.
Yeah. Poor performance, but the loss to Liverpool's kind of it's been a perspective changer. Title's probably not going to happen.
There's like no problem, man.
But at least during that sort of realization, I was able to see a former rival, drop 3 points in their sort of hunt for top four now. Because I think people's perspectives are going to have to change now. Liverpool, whether they like it or not, are in a race for the top four. They're in fourth position already with Chelsea. See, we're trying to wrap it up early so we can watch the Chelsea game, but now we're missing it. But yeah, Chelsea could go to 2 points within Liverpool, which is crazy to even think of when you consider the sort of the poor form that Chelsea had been going through when Lampard had been not sold but sacked. But yeah, Ishmael, man, talk to me. What's your perspective? What's your sort of view of that game? How did it plan out compared to how you thought it would? Yeah, just initial reactions, please.
Oh, bruv. Oh my God. The title race is done. Top four's looking mad peak. I see that our title defense has been, it's embarrassing, man. Embarrassing. It's up there or down there, I should say, with some of the worst ones. Bro, we need to make this respectable now. Like, we City flipping dealt with us. There's no two ways about it. We didn't really put up any fight. Came back into the game at 1-1, and then Alisson, man, I said it before. I love you, bro, but you're moving like Alison Hammond today, man. And that's not even a dig. That's not even a dig to Alison Hammond, but he was just moving. Oh, yeah. I don't know what to say. Like he got life the first time he done it. He fucked up. Didn't score. Did it again. City got a goal. Then did it a third time. I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, this isn't even like playing out from the back versus don't play it out from the back. It's just don't do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. That's literally the definition of insanity. I don't know what to say, man. My head's gone. My head.
Your audio just cut out there, but I think you were saying Liverpool were driving you towards insanity. Is that correct?
Nah, they are. But I was saying for Allison to make the same mistake 3 times and expect a different outcome is literally the definition of insanity. Like we were all over the place, man. City absolutely tore us a new one.
Can anyone
Yeah, yeah,
anyone
it's just embarrassing.
Liverpool team? Is anyone from that Liverpool team able to hold their head high after that result, or do you think that was just an all-round poor performance from everyone on the pitch? Or were there any
From today's game? See, this is the thing. Like the Trent fanboys out there will try and lie and say that Trent had a good game because he put in a few nice balls, played the
Can you
ball
dig any
for
out?
Salah to win the penalty. No. This is not. This is not a name and shame thing, and there's more than one of them.
No.
There's a
I
lot
was
of
keen.
Trent fanboys out there.
I was more keen to find out who the rest of the. I know the president of that fan group.
Listen, if you tune into Liverpool Twitter, you'll hear a lot of wild statements made about Trent, but they'll try and tell you that Trent had a good game.
Can you give us one of those?
Listen, let me just quickly finish this point. Right? They'll try and tell us that he had a good game, but the way Sterling was flipping was twisting him up for 2 of the goals as well. One led to the penalty. No, it wasn't even. Oh my god, my head's even flipping gone. One led to the penalty in the first half. The other one led to one of the goals, and he's just standing there, dangling a leg out, not trying to win the ball from Sterling. Like that's basic. I don't want to see him.
I don't know.
You're a right back. Yeah, your job is to defend. Yeah, you can put in nice Beckham-esque crosses, but you're a defender in it. You're playing right back. I don't know, certain man, i.e. you, have a Trent in midfield agenda, but that needs to stop. Trent's playing right back here and now. He's playing right back. Defend the flipping goal. That's it. That's the long and short of it. There's no, he did well going forward or attacking fullback. You just defend first and pattern that up. Then we can have conversations about you going forward. But until then, I don't want to hear anything like that.
Do you not think?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, do you not think that I don't know. I feel like I don't need to kind of repeat my point anymore about Trent going into midfield, but do you not think there's like an argument to be had there that you're now starting to see a player that's reached a level of footballing maturity in terms of his performances and ability, can be able to hit a certain level, and he's shown that. He's demonstrated that for a few seasons now that he can maintain a target. Do you think that, I don't know, I feel like he's outgrown right back, and I'm starting to see like Liverpool fans even turn on him there. I think his defensive ability is getting was when he was getting those unbelievable numbers of assists, which you have to give credit for because that's not easy. Those numbers, I think he was able to. You have to admit that his strength is in attack. And when he was getting those numbers of assists, he was able to his defensive you can over.
Bro, you can gloss over. It's easy to gloss. It's easy to gloss over when you've got Gomez. You got Gomez and Trent. You got Gomez and Trent wiping your bum. Not Trent. Gomez and Van Dijk wiping your bum when you want to bomb forward. You've got two of the quickest centre backs in the league to cover your mistakes. You've got Henderson in front of you playing the right back when you're bombing forward. But when the chips are down and things are not going well, you just do your bread and butter in it. You do you do what you're actually paid to do. All the assists, all the 13, 14 assists, all the other stuff, all the accolades, that's extra. That's on top of you being a right back. Your job is to defend first and foremost. Yeah.
Mm.
Just do that. Don't you can't let Sterling be dribbling into the box like that and just having it putting you on
Yeah,
fucking
but
toast, man.
if, if,
It's
I
just
think
long.
that's
It's long.
Sterling.
How many times are we gonna have the same conversation about this guy?
Yeah, I feel like look, I don't want to dwell on Trent too much. I think for me there was one player that I kind of was a bit surprised with, and that was not Thiago. I'm getting kind of used to Thiago's performances now, to be honest. But it was Fabinho. It was Fabinho, and I thought Fabinho had a poor day today.
Yeah,
What were your
shocking,
sort of initial thoughts on his performance, Ishmael?
shocking. Well, actually, to be fair, there wasn't even just one mistake. It was like a catalogue of errors. But I was saying to you in the preview in the week that
Mm.
he historically does need a few games to get into the rhythm. It's not like Matip who can
Yeah.
flipping be out for 12 years, come back and he'll put out a 9 out of 10 performance. This guy needs like 4 or 5 games, and unfortunately, at the moment, we don't have 4 or 5 games to be carrying a passenger. Like we need man to come in right now and just perform.
Were there
But
any
obviously, gave it. Go on, go
Sorry,
on,
no,
go
I
on.
didn't. I was just gonna ask, were there any like calls from you to start either Kabak or Ben Davies in this game?
Listen, bro. For the best part of a month, I was coming on here and pleading with FSG. I know I wasn't the only one. Or if you go on any other Liverpool fan channel, go on Liverpool Twitter, everyone was campaigning for centre back to come in. We got two. We actually got two centre backs in. None of them are playing today. We're playing two DMs at centre back. Like for me, yeah, this is where Klopp needs to answer some serious questions because you need to tell me in the space of a week we can't deliver a tactical message to one of the centre backs to come in and do a job today, so we can have Hendo in midfield. Like
Do you
that,
know what? Like Kabak and Ben Davies. I keep want to say Ben Pierce, the DJ, but don't know why. But Kabak and Ben Davies, yeah. Um, what was I gonna say? But I've noticed that both those players have come from teams that have been performing well below what they were expected to perform, the level they were expected to perform at this season. So maybe do you reckon there's an element that of it that that Klopp is like very conscious of that and very aware that if you put him in
well,
against City, it
that's
could
what
get
happens when you
very,
fucking
very ugly.
when you shop in flipping B&M or Poundland on the last day or the last couple of days to scramble around for a centre back. Like that's not me. That's not me dissing Kabak or Davis. They could turn out to be great players for us, good players, whatever. But when you go scrambling around in like Preston in the Championship and flipping Schalke, who are
Bottom of
on
the
some
league, yeah.
They're on some Sheffield United form at the moment. What do you expect? Like that's what happens when you listen. If you buy a laptop in flipping Poundland and it breaks down and it doesn't work, well, like how are you going to be surprised by that? Like just you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
But but for me, they're both centre backs. They're both centre backs by trade. I want to see at least one of them playing today. Like
Yeah.
I
That's
I
why I
can't
was
really I can't
unsure.
really excuse that Kabak from what I've seen in training looked alright. Like I d- I'm baffed, man. My head, yeah, I'm my head spinning right now. I don't
Mm.
even know. This is
I
just
think
embarrassing.
one thought that I had. I think it's a bad sign for like the rest of the season if clearly Kabak and Kabak and Davies are
Davis.
Davis are two players that will look signed to contribute to your defence and to sort of firm it up a bit and make it a bit more sturdy. The fact that Klopp clearly didn't think they were ready to contribute today suggests that there's a bit of a way off in terms of the expected level he wants and the level they're currently at. And so I'd be concerned for the rest of the season, Or it could just be that maybe Klopp just didn't fancy them in this game, and I think they're ready for a team that isn't Man City, basically.
Look, yeah, look, I love Klopp unconditionally, like almost on the level of like friends and family kind of love. But he's been doing up diversion tactics all season. Like first of all, it was fixture congestion. Then he would stop making subs. So we were all like, okay, cool. You're saying the players are tired, but you're not bringing subs on. Sweet. Then it's the whole centre back thing. All month he's saying, oh, we won't get centre back. Times are hard. Blah blah blah. Even though we're champions, we got more Ps from the Premier League last season than any other team. That's what happens when you're champions. Then we signed 2 centre backs, and they're not playing. Nowhere to be seen. So I don't really know what to say. But like I tweeted before the game, I don't want to see any excuses. Same thing. Don't want to hear any excuses. We got schooled today, man. We got schooled. It's as simple as that. That's kind of all I've got to say about it. It's just embarrassing.
How much of it was
embarrassing?
Man City just being too good, and how much of it was that Liverpool were asking for this?
Well, when you're flipping, when your goalkeeper fucking tees it up twice, then you're gonna get punished. Like if the first one you can kind of forgive as just like a one-off, as a bit of a your brain just goes to pieces for a second. Like, yeah, it happens to keepers. It happens to all keepers pretty much. But to do that twice in a game, you're on Carrius levels now, bro. Like that's kind of that's the way you're moving right now. I listen, man. I can't really. The whole team are dead, but for you to fuck up twice like that. So we sat here all week. We sat here all week, and we're just rinsing Leno for what he was doing. Well, Alisson needs to hold the same licks right now. Like you're in the same. You're swimming in the same pool right now. Like,
yeah. Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one to sort of get to sort of watch the game, because it did feel like there were moments where Liverpool did look. I wouldn't say the better team, but they looked like they were growing into the game, and I sort of expected a bit of a better end to that second half than what I saw. Yeah, man, it's concerning. It's concerning for Liverpool fans right now. The form hasn't been great. It's 3 losses in a row at home after 3.5 years almost. Unbeaten. Yeah,
that is what you call capitulation right there. So like he scored 1 pen in them 3 games as well, and 2 of them have been against Burnley and Brighton. Like that is the Wolves. Just you don't expect to see that, man. Like you can have stuff happen in the season, but for me, this is borderline embarrassing at the moment. We're on the verge of like just completely, just like.
We're on the verge of nearly dropping out.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even. Yeah, that's the thing as well. That's the thing. That would be unacceptable.
That would be worrying. But it looks like it's a possibility. West Ham only 1 point behind. Everton's got 2 games behind and only 3 points off.
That's the fucking. That's what we're moving with right now. We're being dragged into the mud with Everton, who we laugh at. They're like our little brothers. We just every season we just dash them to one side. And who's the other team? You said West Ham.
West Ham, yeah.
Like, what's that? If you could, look.
The Spurs are only 4 points off with a game in hand. Chelsea are playing now. They're drawing 0-0. But yeah, they could jump up to 2 points off you guys on the same games. But that's not even us talking about Aston Villa, who's seen resurgent right now and could feasibly.
Jack Grealish, best player in the league this season. Jack Grealish, best player in the league this season. Grealish for me.
He's developed to another.
He's moving. Listen, just quickly though, the only small like positive I can take from the game is that Phil Foden was bossing it, and from an England point of view, that's good. We've got him. We've got 2 of the like most technically gifted players in the league for England at the same time. and they can both play together. But we're gonna see like 8 right backs in the squad and 5 of them starting. But yeah, that's the only thing today. Foden was different class, man.
Yeah, I'll be keen. We'll definitely be doing a sort of England sort of like a look into the sort of players who are in the squad in the 25 and the players who are sort of circling around it next week during sort of the lull, which is, I guess, is a good thing. Ishmael, you got a week off almost before your game against Leicester, which proves to be massive. Ishmael, just straight up, where do you think this leaves Liverpool's top 4 sort of ambitions? Is there? Do you expect to finish in the top 4? Is that the minimum for this season, or are you sort of anticipating a bit of a late surge from the teams below you? You worried about? You starting to look over your shoulder?
Listen, like there's 15 games to go. I think so. Nothing's like the only thing for me which is done is the title. But if we can put on a good run, like I said to you the other day. For me, second, third, and fourth is all the same. Like I know you've got an extra qualifying round, but you expect any team in the top 4 to get to the group stages. So for me, it's all the same. I don't really care. I just want to make the points gap between us and what's looking like to be the champions and City to be respectable.
Everton, Aston Villa, all to Chelsea.
Listen, anyhow, we don't finish in the top 4, then I might have to stop doing this with you. If you're in Europa, that's the thing as well. I'd rather finish like 9th than get Europa. Like I'm not looking to be doing Thursday night shows.
No. We'll get used to it.
Yeah, exactly. The way I was rinsing you the other day as well. Like I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do it
right now. The sooner you guys sort of realise you're in a title race and you've got to not in a title race, sorry, and top 4 is the best you guys can.
Listen, I don't think no Liverpool fan or player right now will tell you that we're in the title race. Like, no.
You're 10 points off City, and they've got a game in hand. 5 points off United, 3 points off Leicester. Goal difference could come into it as well. So, with all those things considered, yeah, we've got some interesting fixtures coming up next week. Guys, I think that's enough torture for Ishmael. I've managed to get away with that.
Why didn't we start this last year when we were wiping the floor with everyone? Like my energy would have been.
Thank God, because I wouldn't have done it. I would not have done it. I would have been hot-headed. I would have been cancelled by now.
Oh my God!
Not a good time.
Listen. I am on the floor right now. Yeah, just put this season in a fat one and just smoke it, man. Like,
no, man, that's the problem.
Anyway,
you can't coast the rest of the season now. You need to get results. You need to get performances.
But we got to put in some serious work to get top 4. It's not even like last year.
5 losses.
Listen, it happens, innit? It happens. City last season, I think they lost 9. It gets to a point where you just thought it's done, innit? Like it's bad. I don't expect to see this from champions, but
Ishmael, hear this. You've won under half your games.
It's not even surprising, man. Like
7 draws. It's dark. It's a dark place, but hopefully over this week we can put it behind us. I've managed to luckily get away with this result. Liverpool definitely overshadowing the late equaliser from Dominic Calvert-Lewin at United. But yeah, we'll be covering some of the games from yesterday as well in our Premier League roundup.
You lot open up the back door for us to come in, and we were just like, nah, it's cool. It's cool. We'll sit outside in the snow, like we'll chill.
It's a great. Do you know what? Like now we're looking at it as a like United are just trying to get second. That was a very good point against Everton. In hindsight, it's a weird thing to have to say that because it put.
Hey, how can you say that with us?
It put our title hopes to bed.
Come on, man.
It's a point gained where Liverpool have dropped all 3.
That was literally the last kick of the game.
And Leicester as well. So title is over. Title is over. Admittedly, that's not a good thing. But yeah, we've managed to extend our lead over Liverpool by a point.
You see on Tekken when your stamina bar goes down. I need to reboot. I'll be back tomorrow with some crud to talk about United. But right now, I'm zapped, man. You got away with this one.
Man. But yeah, guys, cheers for tuning in. Like and subscribe, please. Can you get? Well, let's try and get to 10 likes on this video. Let's give a little target for people. If we can get to 10 likes on this video,
come on.
Ishmael and I will recreate this shot where I am outside Anfield. So yeah, get it to 10 likes and get me outside Anfield. It'll be a dream come true. Peace.